I'm in the car on the way to the Lake District. It's very convenient for me to get to as it's only an hour from home. Once I get there, I plan to do a walk up Jenkins Crag, which has really nice views over Windermere, and then I'll be going into the picturesque town of Ambleside. Good morning. I've just arrived on the edge of Windermere. I'm heading into Ambleside village and I'm going to do a hike for views over Windermere, just up Jenkins Crag, which isn't a really high hill, but I wanted to see a few more things at ground level on the way. I thought about going up to Wansfell Pike, which is further up than Jenkins Crag. It's one of the Wainwrights and I have done it before from the other direction, but I think I'm going to save that for a nice summer's day. So it's a Friday morning and I arrived about 10 o'clock. The car park was empty, there's only about 3 cars in it, which is good. Friday's my day off and that's the day I tend to come to the lakes, especially when it's out of season, because then it's easy to park and there are no crowds anywhere. There's some nice ducks and swans just in front of me here. I think they think I've got some food, but unfortunately I haven't. There's some children just up there being fed them. Just behind me you can see the pier. This is called Waterhead Pier. It's a few hundred metres outside of Ambleside. There's parking here as well, just across the road, quite a big car park, which is where I'm in today. And this is where you get the boats from to stop at different places along Windermere. And just behind the pier building there's this fish and chip shop. If you're here after about 5 o'clock and you find it open, I recommend going in there. It is really nice. In front, just alongside the pier building, is a car park. If you're here at sunset, if you walk into the car park, you get a fantastic view of the sunset over Windermere. I'll put some pictures I took last time I was here at sunset into the video. So I've only gone up a few steps so far, but I have nice views already. Okay, it looks like I've got to climb over this and then go through some fields. Well, it looks a bit muddy on this side. Actually, it's not as muddy as I thought. It was just getting over that wall there. It was a bit boggy, but the grass is okay here. It's not rained for a couple of days, so it's not too bad. But from the field, if you look back, you've got really nice views over Windermere. I'll just turn the camera around. This looks like I'm going back onto the path after these steps. Just stepped over that fallen tree. It's probably to do with the storm we had last weekend. And I know at the top of Catbells Mountain, which isn't that high, I think it's about 450 metres, the wind's got to 115 miles an hour, which is the highest I've seen certainly in the last couple of years since I've been hiking, so I couldn't come last weekend. But I did expect to see some fallen trees today. So I'm not sure which bit's best to cross here. I didn't cross there in the end. I found the path goes up a bit. and round the back, so hopefully I don't need to cross the water here. So I managed to get past the stream on a dry path without having to go over it, just come up behind it. I didn't want to risk it because if there's anything slippy, it'll be me that falls, because it always is. If you see my last video from the lakes in Coniston 2 months ago, I had a really nasty fall because the chain on the ice spikes caught in the hook of my boot. My feet got tangled together and I fell flat on my face, and my arm is still not healed after 2 months. So I'm going for physio on that this weekend. So I try and avoid these hazards for now. So this is the summit of Jenkins Crag. I'm the only person here and I haven't seen another person the whole way up. That's probably because it's Friday and out of season. I got the place to myself. So I found a nice little spot to sit on. I found a rock that's just the right height to be a chair. I'm going to stop for a snack. This is the first time I've done an uphill hike for 2 months since I had that fall in Coniston, and you could definitely tell because I've only gone up to Jenkins Crag and I already feel a bit worn out. Now that's either because I've not done uphill hiking for 2 months or because I've not eaten enough this morning. So I'm going to have something to eat now, and then I'm going to head into Ambleside. So I'm almost back down to the waterfront now at Windermere. I didn't see anybody else at all on the way up and just 2 people on the way down. So walking through all those woods, I was on my own, listened to a spooky podcast. It's called Uncanny. It's a BBC paranormal podcast. It's really, really good. If you listen to podcasts when you're hiking, if you can recommend one to me, leave it in the comments. But I always listen to podcasts when I'm hiking, and then it gives me a memory when I think I hiked that route and I remember what I listened to when it's a podcast. I don't listen to music, just a podcast when I'm hiking. Behind me you can see there is a mountain there with snow on top. If you know what mountain that is, let me know in the comments. I don't know the names of all the mountains unless it's ones I've been up before. I know that I'll never get up there probably. That looks too high for me. The highest one I did was Skiddaw Little Man, and then that's about another mile from there is on to Skiddaw. It's not a big ascent after that. But when I got to Skiddaw Little Man, the weather all closed in and I had to come back down, so I never got there. And at the moment, because I had that fall, I wouldn't be fit enough to attempt it again. But hopefully by the summer I'll be able to try it again. This is Borran's Park, just on the outskirts of Ambleside town centre, and this is the view you get from here. I can imagine this would be very nice at sunset too. So this is the remains of an old Roman fort. There's not much left of it, just some foundations really. I'm just going to have a look around. So this is the remains of the commander's house apparently, which had about 12 rooms in it. Not sure what that is there. Some of these buildings were used as a granary as well. behind me is the most popular attraction in Ambleside. This is the little bridge house, and apparently it was built over the bridge to avoid paying land taxes. It's now owned by National Trust. I've looked on their website and it looks like it's not open during winter, but I'm going to see if I can have a look. There's only 2 rooms in it, maybe I can see something through the window. Looking at it close up, I think this has to be the cutest house in the Lake District. So there's a sign here to say you can find out more about the house in the Armount Museum. Unfortunately that's closed in winter, so I can't go there today. So this side is all bricked up. So obviously the door on the other side is how you would get in when it's normally open. Just a pity I can't get in today. I've tried to zoom in the windows to see in the rooms, but I'm still a bit too far away. That's all from me in the wonderful Lake District today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate all the support I can get because I'm still a very small channel. And I will have more videos on the Lake District coming up because I don't live too far from here. I've just got a takeaway lunch here from Freshers Cafe in Ambleside. So I'm just going to go home now and eat this and get warmed up a bit because it is a bit cold today. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.